Welcome everyone to NBA basketball. On. And a look at the starters for Charlotte. Ball and Miller pair up as the backcourt. Green out there with Miles Bridges. And it's Williams in at the center position. And for Orlando, the backcourt is Suggs and Caldwell-Pope. Isaac in at the 4 with Carter Jr. playing the 5. And it's Ben Carroll in at the 3, the small forward. Ball finds Green. Well, Grant, tonight we've got two teams who aren't afraid to slow the pace of the game.
Well, B.A., it's because they're both adept at operating their half-court sets. They don't feel the need to push the tempo all the time.
And it's the Hornets on the break. And Williams punches it home.
Woo! His energy is unmatched.
The finish and transition, nice and easy.
Caldwell-Pope for 3. Hits the trifecta.
He's consistent from out there, especially when you give him that kind of room.
Williams a screen on Suggs. Up top ball. Right side, Williams. And Williams punches it home.
When you're trying to stop a guy like this, you have to match his intensity level.
Here in the first, a little over a minute played so far. Here's Carter. Back to Caldwell-Pope. To the inside. Carter can't get it to go. The Hornets have gone 2 of 3 from the floor. Grant, the Hornets are a team hoping to end a pretty substantial playoff drought.
Yeah, it's been a long time since they made a buzz in the postseason, but their return could be closer than people think. A few smart moves here or there might be all it takes.
This guy can do so much for you on the offensive end, and that is why his number gets called time and time again.
Here's Suggs. Carter on the wing. 4-3. Can't get it to fall. 0 for 2 now. The Hornets have gone 3 of 4. Off to a nice start. Ball passes to Williams. Bridges outside. Jacks up a 3. And he buries his first look.
I tell you, the ability to act quickly, to get your shot up as soon as you make the catch, that's beautifully done by Bridges.
And Carroll with a screen on ball. To end the run. And he dunks it down.
And clearly not enough defensive presence there.
Boy, he just took advantage and a ferocious jam.
You know, but at this level, almost any guy can throw it down on you if you leave him wide open.
Knocked away. And Isaac, here we go. And the dunk by Isaac.
That just glides into that dunk and jam. Go ahead, Jonathan Isaac.
All no good. And so it's Suggs. He brings it up for the Orlando Magic. Trailing by 2. All right, let's check in with Allie LaForce.
Hey, Brian. Well, a lot of change for this Hornets organization. New ownership, a new front office, a new head coach, some exciting new talent. They're renovating the arena and building a new practice facility. Other than that, not much has changed. B.A.?
Business as usual, Allie. Thanks. Now, here's Williams. And Williams punches it home.
Come on, B.A. He sure can rise.
Grant, that's as good as it gets. One of the best in the league. Here's Ben Carroll. No points yet. We've got 1:23 left in the first quarter here. And there's the lob. Stolen by Miller. There's Ball with a 3. Gets the 3 ball to go.
This guy is always ready to shoot the 3. LaMelo's so confident from distance. Suggs
surveys the D. Hornets with the rebound.
And this is a shot he can definitely make, and the defense not a factor at all.
Here's Ball. The kick out to Williams. Played it in with a nice touch off the window. Williams has got 8.
Pounding it inside early and often, setting a physical tone.
Suggs against Green. Carter, a screen on Green. The 3 from Suggs. Here's Carter. Banchero outside. Knocks down the triple.
His ability to shoot off the catch is a big plus. Banchero has quick reactions, a really versatile scorer.
The kick out to Williams. Miller outside. Pass the ball. And the Hornets, another 3.
And taking a look at this first half, they've just shown better shot selection.
And I think obviously we see the execution and the willingness to make.
And we've reached the end of the first quarter. It's the Hornets leading by 9. And the second quarter is on its way when we return. And so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in the second. And a chance for a moment to check out the scoring breakdown for the Hornets.
Well, they found a groove, and it's from distance, so knocking them down from the three-point land never hurts.
I think the other thing they've done a great job of is making their presence felt inside, converting tons of paint opportunities.
On the court for the Hornets, Ball and Miller pair up as the backcourt. Miles Bridges is out there with Josh Green, and it's Williams in at the 5, down low. Magic trail by 6. I'll say this, Banchero is a guy that opponents can't forget about for a second. And you see it in all the defensive attention he gets. Teams show him all kinds of different looks, and he draws a bunch of double teams in isolation. Green finds Miller. Here's Bridges, and it's Bridges with the jam.
Well, that's how you take care of business. Miles Bridges protects the play, finishes strong for his group.
The 3 from Suggs. And the rebound goes to the Hornets. Williams has got 4 rebounds now. Ball passes to Green. Caldwell Pope against Ball. Bridges outside. It's good. And the assist that time from Ball. Bridges has got 8.
Well, you've got to see the whole floor. LaMelo Ball does exactly that, finds the open man.
Banchero with a screen on Green. Pass to Bataze. Orlando again missing. Charlotte leading by 11. Now Ball. He has 6. Inside. Williams. And Williams punches it home.
LaMelo Ball loves creating for his team. I love the look right there. Just so easy to play with.
The 3 from Banchero. From distance. Paolo.
Well, more and more you see big men working on the outside shot, and this guy has one of the better ones in the league.
Miller on the wing. He's covered by Caldwell Pope. Ball, a screen on Caldwell Pope. Back to Ball. Clock at 6. To the inside. And Williams punches it home.
And I just love how he's making the effort plays that everyone around him appreciates.
It is certainly making an impact tonight.
No doubt. On the scoreboard, in the body language of the players, you can tell which team is in complete command.
And the whistle. And coach doesn't like the call at all. He's
first team foul. At the line for 2.
Coach's challenge in place. We've seen so many of these personal foul calls still disputed, even after the video review.
There's no doubt there's going to be a gray area in a lot of these calls. But at least we have the option to take a second look, so the officials can be sure they get it right. So they see clear evidence of a bad call, and they're going to overturn it. Probably the right decision.
And give credit to the officials for recognizing the mistake and correcting it. Nobody likes to say they got it wrong, but they fixed it in a hurry.
Suggs against Green. Isaac outside. Pass to Batase. And the rebound goes to Charlotte. Well, after a decade of uncertainty, Magic fans now have a lot to cheer about.
This is the most optimism they've had around the team since the Dwight Howard era. And it centers around their young star, Paolo Banchero. He is going to be a force for a very long time.
And in recent seasons, Grant, almost no team's been hit by the injury bug as much as the Hornets.
Yeah, B.A. I mean, you wonder what they could have done if they'd stayed healthy. They built the team around key players, and those guys have just missed a lot of time.
Outside, Caldwell Pope. Pass to Suggs. Isaac with a screen on Green. Shot clock at 6. And the dunk by Isaac.
Oh, boy, the reach, the length, the hop, the athleticism, Jonathan Isaac. Nicely done.
To the middle. Here's Williams. It's rebounded by Batase. Magic trail by 14. Suggs outside. The 3. Williams grabs the board. Williams has got 6 rebounds here tonight. The shot's good. Miller's gotten his second bucket.
The floater can be a tricky shot, but that's the right choice.
Isaac's shot is off. Here's Charlotte. They're on a 15-5 run. Williams a screen on Suggs, and it's Ball off the drive. And the layup is good off the glass. Ball's got 10 points in the game.
Now you see the length of Ball just makes him so hard to guard on these drives to the cup.
Batase with a screen. To the paint. Up top, Caldwell Pope, hounded by Ball. And once again, off the mark by Orlando. Charlotte leading by 18. He takes it in, and Ball throws it down.
Assisted.
Making plays at both ends of the floor, and it shows up in the box score.
Well, what I love is the energy they're bringing right now. They're ignoring the scoreboard and playing hard.
For 3, Caldwell Pope sends it home from three-point land. Give him 8.
Caldwell Pope.
Ball left side. He got it up in time, but it would not fall for him. And so it's the Charlotte Hornets leading by 17 at the end of the period. A big difference in shooting percentages. That's why they lead. We'll be right back. And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. You look at Mark Williams, what a contribution.
And in the first half, he dominated in the post. He got the looks he wanted and was able to execute.
It felt like his work on the interior really gave this offense a boost. Let's see if he can dominate the rest of the way.
We've got Franz Wagner. Mo Wagner is out there with Goga Batase. And it's De Silva in at the 3. So that's who Jamal Mosley starts the second half with. Doris, Trey Mann is an example of a semi-late bloomer in the NBA.
The NBA, that's not unusual for a player in his early 20s. Now he's been with a couple of different organizations. There's a versatility to how he contributes in the stat sheet. And a lot of times, especially for somebody of Trey Mann's skill set, it's about fit.
And Nurkic with the block.
Showing off the timing and awareness defensively. Better think twice before challenging Nurkic.
Wendell Carter, he's checked in for Orlando. Charlotte leading by 15. About a minute played here in the second half. Here's Williams, and Williams punches it home.
Boy, that's what you call great thinking on the fly. Passing on the shot in midair and laying it off to the open man.
Here's Black, and that one is hammered home.
Ooh, bouncy. That should give him a nice lift.
Good timing. They needed that one.
Well, sometimes it's about taking it into your own hands. That kind of individual play could spark his groove.
Williams misses. And so it's Carter who brings up the ball for the Magic. 15-point game. Wagner outside. Wagner with a screen. Wagner, the pass to Wagner. The 3. And they recover it. Here's De Silva. Back to Wagner. The three ball. It's rebounded by Jeffries. For Charlotte, they've gone just 1 of 3 in the second half. On the wing man. Hasn't gotten one to fall yet. Takes it inside. And he lays it up and in.
And just totally relentless, only increasing the intensity level.
One thing I enjoy is watching players who don't pay attention to the score. You lock in on the moment and play the right way.
Got a piece of it. Stolen by Carter. It's stolen. Fast break. Here come the Hornets. He pulls it. And Charlotte again with the bucket.
Well, Josh Okogie sees somebody working in space and puts the ball on time and on target.
Here's Black. And once again, off the mark by Orlando. Charlotte leading by 19. Nurkic with the ball. Wagner picks him up. Here we go, one-on-one. Here's Carter, and it's slammed in by Carter.
Oh, my goodness. Rock the rim, Wendell Carter Jr. We see you.
There's a screen by Nurkic. Man, the pass to Nurkic. That one falls. Nurkic has got 4 points in the quarter. Well, Grant, with players getting bigger and more athletic, do you support moving the restricted area out?
Yeah, B.A., I would. We've seen a lot of injuries when defenders slide underneath elevated players on the drive. So cutting down that risk makes a lot of sense.
A nice shot by Jeffries.
And since the halftime break, their offense has just been on another level.
I got to believe that's something the coach talked to them about at the halftime. They have valued each possession.
1:27 left in the third. Here's Black. Pass to Carter. Here's De Silva. That three's off the mark. Here's Jeffries. Okogie into the lane. Oh, and he brings it down with a two-handed jam.
Josh Okogie off the dribble drive. Great composure. Wow.
Here's Black. He's guarded by man. They need this. Ooh, and they immediately answer back with a dunk on the other end.
Just great offense. The screen freeing him up for the slam.
Hey, without that screen, he doesn't get a clean look at the rim.
Boy, that's a play you just practice time and time again, and that's the result of the work put in.
Here's Wagner. Pass to Black. Banked it in off the glass. Black's got 6. Hornets leading by 20. Shot clock and game clock. 1 second differential. Outside, Williams. Back to man. Three-pointer. Oh, and there's a one-hand jam.
Well, Josh Okogie is nothing if not opportunistic. You love creating the second chance opportunity there.
It's stolen away. Now the Hornets moving it up. And he lays it in off the breakaway. Okogie's got 6 points in the quarter.
Action on the break has fueled them tonight. They're winning the transition battle.
Well, this is their pace. This is exactly how they want to play. A little fast, a little loose.
And so it's Charlotte, a huge... And there have been 2 very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. Charlotte has gone 5 of 10 from beyond the three-point line in this game. Fourth quarter, on the court for the Hornets. Ball and Miller pair up as the backcourt. Mark Williams out there with Miles Bridges. And it's Green in at the 3. Caldwell Pope, a screen on Green. Outside, Caldwell Pope. Pass to Banchero. Shot clock at 5. The Magic need to put one up here. 4-3. Here's Carter. And good work on the boards as they picked up the second chance points.
Well, in pursuit of the basketball, that extra effort paying off for Wendell Carter Jr.
Caldwell Pope against Miller. Williams a screen on Caldwell Pope. Here's Miller. That one goes in.
Yeah, I like whenever Miller uses his size to his advantage, especially down near the rim.
And Carroll with a screen on Green. Left side Carter. Oh, from deep. And the rebound goes to the Hornets. Ball left side. Down low. Here's Williams. Orlando grabs the miss. Carter's got his 6th rebound on the night. Banchero drives. Oh, Banchero throws it down.
He will muscle his way down the lane. Watch out when Banchero comes tumbling by.
Ball passes to Green. Here's Williams. It's rebounded by Banchero. The Magic have gotten half of their attempts to fall in the 4th. 2 for 4 now. And Caldwell Pope gets it to go.
Already an excellent passer at his position. Banchero just loves showing off his court vision.
Here's Ball. Count that one. He's scoring at a nice clip. He's 6 of 9 tonight.
And the defense has no one to blame but themselves. I mean, they just let him get right to the rim.
To me, this has simply stated been a complete lack of defensive attention and focus all night long.
Pass to Miller. Ball, a screen on Isaac. Here's Miller. And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
Oh, yes. 2 loud points from Miller, making his presence felt.
The Magic have got 3 of 6 shots to go in this 4th quarter. The 3 from Suggs. And the rebound goes to the Hornets. Williams has got 9 rebounds in the game. Boy, he's getting it done. And it's Ball off the drive. And Ball throws it down.
What an electrifying game by LaMelo Ball. Is anyone more exciting than this young guy?
Driving to the basket. And Carroll. And a foul called on the way up. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line.
Personal foul.
And taking a quick gander here at the hustle stats for the Hornets.
Well, they did a tremendous job keeping guys fresh. Their aggressiveness took over, showcased by their points off the fast break.
Another thing I thought they did well was pressure. They forced a ton of turnovers, turned those opportunities into points.
Orlando making a switch here. Bataze's checked in. Orlando has gone 1 for 5 shooting from the arc here in the 4th. Isaac with a screen on Green. The 3 from Banchero knocks it down from distance. Banchero's got 7 now in this quarter.
And he's coming off a huge performance, and his confidence couldn't be any higher. And his coach knows that too.
Well, the best players to me deliver night after night after night. So as long as he's hot, keep riding it.
And let's face it, they won't get back in the game with fouls like that.
And out of bounds. The Magic will take it.
And you can see how scary this team can be when everything is clicking for them. Just a terrific performance for the Hornets.
They ran the fast break beautifully all night long. It was a huge part of their success.
It's so true. They clearly ran the floor well, constantly putting pressure on the defense. Just a tremendous effort.
And even the opposing fans can't deny this was a sensational game from Mark Williams.
Boy, I think he made his presence felt in the paint more than anywhere else. This guy's rebounding numbers were outstanding. He controlled the glass.
Suggs with the bucket.
Well, that's about the defense keying in on Banchero. He recognizes it and shows off his vision.
Miller outside. There's 47 seconds left in the 4th quarter. Cash money on the open jump shot.
And they knew it wasn't going to be easy to win on the road, but they've controlled the pace on this one.
And sometimes when everyone's rooting against you, it seems to bring the unit closer together. It certainly did tonight.
They double him with Isaac. Bridges passes to Green. Back to Bridges. This one for 3. Rebound by the Magic. Suggs with it. And Carroll with a screen on Green. The 3 from Suggs. Green with the defensive effort. And so it's the Hornets taking care of business in this one. To walk into enemy territory and deliver a performance like that, that's...
But eventually, I'll get there.
I'm a tiger on the loose, I'm a menace in the booth, I'm the medicine you're afraid to take. I'm the gasoline and nut and the devil in your gut that you're fighting just to keep it fake. Kinda like the view with the dice and me, top down with the rims and gold. So baby, pour me a drink, I'm gonna let out the freak beat back and let me still. Let him run, let him eat, stone cold killer. Let off the beat. Let him bang on the streets like Godzilla. Let
Let's meet the starting. Lineup.
2K Sports. Let's check out Toronto's starting lineup. Barnes and Pirtle make up the inside pair. Brandon Ingram's out there with Grady Dick. And it's Barrett at the 3 spot. And for Orlando, in the backcourt form, it'll be Suggs and Caldwell Pope. A post pairing, Isaac and Carter Jr. And it's Banchero in at the small forward. And Greg, what stands out for both of these rosters is that they both feature top-tier athleticism.
And Kevin, that bodes well for us, right? There's a lot of speed, some great athleticism. I'm sure we're going to get some highlight reel plays tonight.
And this is the type of go-to scorer this team wants Banchero to be. They love his confidence.
Here's Dick. And he banks in the layup. Dick's got 5 points so far.
Uncovered at the rim, finding cracks in the defense here early on.
Just really smart basketball and exploiting whatever holes that he's seeing right now in the defensive squad.
And look at Banchero go, taking off before the defense has a chance to load towards the ball.
Here's Dick. Pass to Pirtle. And the dunk by Pirtle.
Of all the action happening there, it's the assist that jumps out to me there. That's just a great look and a great setup for the bucket.
And the defense of this Raptors team, Greg, they are built to switch.
And it's no accident with their roster construction. They like having wings that can guard all 5 positions. Makes defending a much easier prospect.
We love young Scotty Barnes. He can shoot, he can defend, and he can really pass. Brady seems like the ideal wing.
There's a lot of things there, Kevin, that are very good. You don't become an all-star at that position without those kind of abilities, but the responsibility of playing winning basketball consistently, let's see how that plays out for Scotty moving forward.
Greg, their offensive approach has been rock solid here.
And they're finding the weak spots in the D and attacking.
Second team foul.
Here's Ingram. Barnes sets a screen for Ingram. Out left to the wing. Pirtle against Carter.
And just a disciplined defender. Carter Jr. uses his instincts to make his opponent uncomfortable.
Pass to Isaac. And here is Suggs. Another miss by Orlando. Dick with it. Isaac picks him up. Here in the first, just under 2.5 minutes played so far. Dick finds Barnes. Just 5 to shoot. Pulls up from the corner. And the Raptors miss again. The Magic trail by 4. Suggs passes to Banchero. Hands it from downtown. Banchero's got a couple of threes now in the first for Orlando.
And he's got a nice fluid motion on his long-range shots. I think Banchero will be a consistent three-point shooter at the NBA level.
And a nice job here early of establishing an inside presence.
Caldwell Pope with the screen on Barrett. Suggs kicks to Caldwell Pope. Can't tie it up as that one's no good. Toronto leading by 3. Now let's go to David Aldridge, who had a chance to talk with head coach Jamal Mosley.
And their focus on defense, Brandon Ingram. Coach told me Brandon presents unique problems. It's the skill and size combination. You just don't see it too often. anytime Ingram touches the ball, everyone will be focused on stopping him. Should be a good one tonight, guys.
Okay, David, much appreciated. And it's the Magic with the ball after the Raptors pick up 2. Fires the 3. Rebound by the Raptors.
Well, he's got a great stroke. That one almost dropped.
Pass to Dick. Ingram setting a pick for Dick. No good on the 3.
And that was almost a block. Still did enough to alter the shot.
Yeah, altering the shot just as long as there's a miss, that kind of energy not wasted.
Kicks it out to Banchero. Knocks down the 3 ball. Banchero's got 11 points.
Such a nice looking jump shot. Solid mechanics, fluid. Banchero's special.
Suggs against Ingram. That one's no good. 0 of 1 to begin the game. The Magic have gone 4 of 10 shooting the ball here in the first quarter. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
No doubt the size of Isaac is a problem for the defense. Excellent at using that long frame to draw contact.
The Magic making a switch here. Bitadze's checked in. And it's tied up with that one. The Raptors have gone 5 of 9 from the field here in the first. Here's Dick. He's guarded by Caldwell Pope. Back to Dick. Jacks up a 3. Rebound by Paolo Banchero. All alone. And Caldwell Pope lays it in.
We wasted absolutely no time getting the ball up the floor. Great instincts in transition.
Got it off in time, and no good on the last second attempt this time. Both teams have it going here early and still close through the first quarter. And it's been a pretty even game here after 1 quarter of play. And let's get your take, guys, on the scoring breakdown for the Magic.
Well, they haven't wasted any time getting into a groove from deep, putting up and hitting a healthy amount of three-pointers thus far.
Love the passing that they displayed at the start of the game. Great ball movement that's opening up some chances without really getting deep into the execution.
In the backcourt form, it'll be Suggs and Caldwell Pope. Jonathan Isaac is out there with Banchero. And it's Bitadze in at the 5 spot. That's who's out there for Orlando. Now here's Ingram. Still without a basket. The 3. Now in the scoring column with that bucket. 1 for 2 this game.
Ingram seems just more and more confident in his ability to shoot from the 3-point line.
There's Bitadze. Kept alive. Isaac. Back to Suggs. Another miss by Orlando. Raptors with the lead, and even 3-on-3 break. And he gets contact and the whistle on the shot. 2 shots coming up.
Clearly a foul.
Now let's take a moment to get your guys' take on the scoring so far for the Raptors.
And they've set the tone from the jump. They're looking to pound it inside and score in the paint.
Well, not only that, but you love how unselfish they've been to start this game. That's going to get all the guys in a great flow and feeling good. So moving that ball around and scoring off assists is a nice way to play.
Now here's Caldwell Pope. Pass to Banchero. Drills the 3-pointer. Banchero's got 14 points for the game.
And this is what everyone wants to see. Banchero is attacking without hesitation on the offensive end.
Here's Barnes. Got it. Good job in the low post. 6 points for Scotty Barnes. Orlando's gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter. And Greg, the way Orlando ended last season, it's really fueled their fire for this year.
Yeah, I mean, a tough loss to Cleveland in Game 7 of the opening round. But it's hard to win in this league without first incurring some battle scars.
Well, mid-range is where he makes the money. So when the D's slow to get out on him, always surprising to see him miss from there.
Barrett, no good. Orlando trailing here. Suggs passes to Caldwell Pope. There's the pick. 3-pointer. And Pirtle pulls it down. Pirtle's got rebound number 5 here tonight. With a short break in the action, gives us a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge.
Kevin, thank you. Paolo Banchero is not skipping steps. Magic Superstar says it's like anything in life, it's a process. Having that perspective just makes you want to work every day because this is the best league in the world. If you become impatient, you're going to drive yourself crazy. It's a cliche, Kevin, but you just keep pounding away. Back to you.
Well said, David. Dedication to the craft. D.A. Banks. Here's Barnes. Following the bucket by Orlando. Now, Dick. 5 points in the game. A three-pointer is right on target.
And that is why this team has Grady Dick, a floor spacer coming into the league with an elite three-point shot.
Banchero a screen on Barrett, and that one is good from Suggs.
Both teams running perimeter-oriented plays that are working.
Well, both of them looking towards the three-point line. And I like to see that, especially when the results are made buckets.
Chris Boucher's checked in for Pirtle. 1:31 left in the first half. That's good. That evens things out for him. 50-50. 4 of 8 shooting this game.
Not just a jump shooter. Dick can operate inside that restricted area.
Now, here's Suggs. Outside for Caldwell Pope. Lets it go with the 3. Boucher with the rebound. Toronto, they've gone 4 of 7 from the field in this second quarter so far. Barrett, no good with the layup.
We'll have a hard time shaking that one off. Perfect position, plenty of space. Just clanked it.
Out of bounds, Orlando takes possession. .55 seconds left in the first half. Here's Suggs. The Magic again can't hit. And Barnes has got the ball here for Toronto. And it's Jonathan Isaac with the foul. That's foul number 2 for him. Barrett against Banchero. Out to Ingram. That's in. He's got 2 made now, and he's shooting 2 for 3.
Like to see that as Ingram hits a shot from the mid-range. It's going to open some things up.
Banchero outside. It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Traps in the tray. Banchero's got 8 here in the quarter.
Guys, he's been a one-man air raid coming at them time and time again.
Kind of like he's in his living room right now. He's found a comfort zone. Once he gets that, the defense knows they're in trouble.
Making the most of the screen. That's how it's done.
And it's in the perfect spot, Greg. Frees him up to get all the way to the bucket.
Really not enough help there. Lack of communication on the backside.
Here's Dick. Drives to the hoop. And a close game so far through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Toronto ahead, up 3. Time now for the halftime break, with the third quarter soon to follow right here on 2K Sports. And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. You know, Paolo Banchero, guys, has been exceptional.
Yeah, it's been a great performance from him. Really staying focused on quality shots.
Yeah, this is showing that they're not going to play at anybody else's pace but their own.
And checking out the group for Darko Vojakovic to start the second half. We've got Emmanuel Quickly. He's out there with Walter. And it's Abaji in at the 3, the small forward. Now, here's Wagner. And it's Wagner missing.
Well, the D really getting away with one there. No one on him. And that's going to be good 9 out of 10 times.
Boucher kicks to Quickly. Some nice ball movement here by the Raptors.
And right now, they're just focused on putting together good possessions.
That's exactly how they got the lead. They ended up having multiple possessions in a row with good quality shots, knocked them down, and the game is fully in their control.
Toronto leading by 7. pass to Abaji. And he makes it look easy, dunking it hard with one hand.
And the advantage they have starting to increase. Things are coming together for them at a really opportune time.
Coaches always talk about the first 5 minutes of the third quarter. They have definitely increased their energy level here.
And the call will be against Emmanuel quickly. That's his first foul.
Yeah, that's a tough call right there, and really a tough break for the D.
Here's Wagner. Nothing on the board. Here's Black. Greg, what a great time to be a fan of basketball. Not just in the NBA, but all over the world.
Absolutely, Kevin. The sport just continues to grow, and there's increased value being placed on all-around skill, even in youth basketball. And I think that bodes well for the future of the game.
And here is quickly following the three from Franz Wagner.
Scraping and clawing, doing everything he can to grow that lead.
Emphatic on the putback stuff.
Team's having a tough time containing him, attacking all the way there.
Now, here's quickly.
Magic foul. Black. First personal foul. First team foul.
And here are the Raptors now. And down it goes, jamming that one home.
And he just dangles from the bucket after sending that one through.
And you can see which team has the swagger right now. Raptors leading by 7. GA, when you look at the development of Franz Wagner, what now is the next step for him?
Kevin, for me, it's the three-point shooting, specifically becoming more efficient out there. And I also think he's going to have to become a better passer, ball mover. I got total confidence he'll get there because the rest of his game is complete.
And so the ball's out of bounds. Wagner touched it last.
A split second late, but almost came up with a steal there.
Real close, and I'm sure next time you might time that a little bit better and get a hand on it.
Now, here's quickly. Oh, good with the triple. Black in the post, quickly covering. Wagner from long range. Mobo with the rebound. Toronto's gone 0-2 from deep to start things here in the second half. It's time now to hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. What's the latest, David?
Kevin, the Raptors are rebuilding with purpose. Coach Darko Rajakovic said, "We're doing a good job at the start of this process. Selecting the right people that care and are very committed to each other. That's a good baseline to build on." Kevin, slowly, the pieces are falling into place.
David, you're so right. He is great at developing those young players. Here's Abaji. Magic knocking down the tray. And again, Toronto with the triple.
I tell you, he has some impressive moves in his repertoire. That's as good as it gets, but just one of many.
Pass to Carter. Now, Wagner. Wagner with a screen for Wagner. 6 to shoot. Carter outside. Kicks it out to Wagner. Magic working now with the new shot clock. There's the triple. A nice shot by Black. Black's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game.
He's going to punish you if you leave him open. He's more than willing to take the open three when he's got it.
Quickly the pass to Boucher. Misses the three. The Magic trail by 7. Here's Wagner. And finish off by Wagner.
Beautiful transition offense there. That's execution at its best.
Yeah, once you burst through a seam like that, you got to look right towards the rim. Sweet play.
He could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that one.
And we know he's capable of those memorable ones. The Raptors have hit all 4 of their chances so far in this one.
And if we want to take a look back, they converted about 76% from the line.
Banchero will screen on quickly. No one near Isaac as he lets it go. Off target from outside. Quickly against Banchero. And it's quickly missing. Pushing it up. Now one near Suggs as he lets it go. And yeah, finally drops after rolling around the rim.
One of the more skilled offensive players that is on the floor here tonight. Not an easy fella to hold in check.
And so it's Toronto with their lead standing at 6 points. How about a look at today's State Farm assist of the game?
And, you know, you can always count on him for at least a couple of these pretty assists over the course of a game. And this one, a thing of beauty.
Sometimes it happens when the offense is struggling, but every now and then this helps with the offensive uptick right there. Great job of setting his teammate up.
And I know I speak for all of us when I say I can't wait to see what kind of finish awaits us here in the fourth quarter. In the backcourt form, it'll be Suggs and Caldwell Pope. A post pairing, Isaac and Carter Jr. And it's Banchero in at the 3. This is out there for Orlando. Goga Bitadze's checked in for Wendell Carter. And a moment here to take a look at the scoring breakdown for the Raptors.
The mid-range game has been there for them all game long, and that old-school approach still getting it done in this one.
They've also put an emphasis on driving inside in this game. The defense hasn't been able to stop them from finding those gaps.
So it's Orlando now after the Raptors pick up 2. Going inside, Suggs passes to Bitadze. The Magic again can't hit.
He wants that one over again, I guarantee that. Nobody's even in the neighborhood.
The Magic trail by 7. Caldwell Pope outside. Isaac outside. Banchero is screen for Isaac. There's the lob to Banchero. Hammers the alley-oop through.
Nice work by Banchero, making himself available for the alley-oop pass. He's developing great court awareness.
Dick passes to Barnes. Now Pirtle. That's tipped. Isaac with the steal. Pass to Bitadze. Some nice ball movement by the Magic. Caldwell Pope with a wide open look. Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
And perimeter scoring, I have to imagine it was a topic of discussion at halftime.
Maybe trying to find a little bit more space and ball movement to get guys open at the 3-point line.
And he gets it to go as they call the foul. He's on his way to the line for one more.
Showing some strength on that finish. Dick is solid at converting there through contact.
Second minute off the clock now in the fourth. Banchero a screen on Barrett. Banchero outside. Oh, and there's the alley-oop. Dick with the steal. Nobody near Barnes. And the 3 ball is good. And now an 8-point Toronto lead.
In so many different ways, Dick gets the ball to his teammates. Always on time and on target.
Here's Suggs. It's rebounded by Barrett. Toronto's got the 3-point bug tonight. They've taken 15 shots outside the arc. 6 of 15. Chris Boucher's checked in for Toronto.
Into the lineup for the Raptors, number 25.
Here's Dick. He's guarded by Caldwell Pope. Driving inside. And the dunk by Dick.
And that's what makes Dick dangerous. You can't just play him as an outside shooter. He'll go to the hoop like he did there.
Now, here's Suggs. And Suggs throws it down.
And credit the screen for giving him the space he needed to get to the rim.
For sure, GA allows him to come in with the sledgehammer.
Yeah, why settle for the layup when you can attack the rim and rise up like that?
Here's Dick. Jalen Suggs making his last shot. And the dunk by Boucher.
Not getting old here. Seeing him make that lead pass with perfect timing.
Suggs finds Isaac. Here's Banchero. Boucher with the rebound.
That's the only kind of defense that's going to cut the mustard here tonight. You got to stay on top of a guy like that who can play at such a high level offensively.
Oh, great defense there. Anticipated the play and got there first.
Barrett against Suggs. Fires away from outside. Boucher with the rebound. Boucher's got 6 rebounds now in the game. To the inside. Dick in the corner. Barrett against Suggs. Here's Boucher. From outside, off the mark. The Magic trail by 10. Caldwell Pope on the wing. For the 3. Boucher with the rebound. They're this close to putting it away.
Yeah, they don't need to do anything special. Just take time off the clock.
And now as the clock ticks down, this is going to end up as a solid victory here for the Raptors.
What do you think was the deciding factor in this one?
I think you have to look at their field goal percentage. They just shot the ball much better than the opponent, and they were getting great looks all game long.
The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for Grady Dick.
Serving up feeds all night long. He was the best teammate that they had on the floor.
Banchero, a screen for Suggs. There's 21 seconds left in the game. Basket good. And Toronto has possession. Dick with it. Isaac with the steal. And stolen by Barnes. Lets it go from deep. No good. And so it's Toronto winning this one. And in the win, a comfortable win in what was, I think, gee, a pretty...
K-Sport. So the Raptors starting five. Barnes and Pirtle down low at the 4 and 5. Grady Dick out there with Brandon Ingram. And it's Barrett in at the 3 spot. And for Charlotte, Ball and Miller pair up as the backcourt. Miles Bridges is out there with Mark Williams. And it's Okogie in at the 3. When we talk about this matchup, both of these teams in desperate need of a win.
For sure. Lots of struggles both ways right now, BA. And I guarantee they're both looking at this game as an opportunity to get the ship righted.
Now here's Ball. Out to Bridges. From deep three-point range. Pirtle grabs a miss. And Barrett has got the ball here for the Toronto Raptors. Pirtle with a screen on Ball. Inside. Stolen by Miller. The 3 is up. Another shot. And it's laid up and in by Williams.
Second chance points are always painful. Have to make the effort to box out.
Hey, guys standing around spectating, I mean, you got to get in there and get tough.
Now here's Ingram. The ball's knocked loose. Pirtle, the pass to Ingram. 5 to shoot. There's the triple. Always a nice way to start. Makes his first one.
You know, Ingram is somebody you have to watch closely on the perimeter because he's improved his outside shot so much since coming into the league.
Here's Ball. For 3, Bridges. Offensive rebound, Williams.
He turns the offensive board into a big slam.
Wow, he was so well positioned there. Credit his anticipation.
That's exactly why it's important to work hard on the offensive glass, fellas, for chances just like that.
Grant, would you say the Raptors are in the process of starting over?
You know, I certainly don't think that's the wrong thing to call it, BA. Coaching changes, some big trades. They're shuffling things around and trying to start building something new.
Ball no good. The Raptors have gone 1 for 3 so far. Dick gets the bucket.
Just taking it right to the rim, and no one was there to greet him.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
Now here's Ball. Screen by Bridges. Miller, the pass to Bridges. And it's Bridges with the jam.
You know, that's a set that's comfortable for Bridges. I mean, he's got a good feel for the pick and roll, either as a creator or as a finisher.
Okogie on the wing. Offline with a 3. And Barrett has got the ball here for Toronto. They trail by 1. Pass to Dick from downtown. And here's Pirtle. Picked by Pirtle. And here's Ingram from the arc. Williams grabs the board. Williams has got 4 rebounds now. Ingram against Bridges. There's Ball with a 3, and the three-pointer goes.
No hesitation there from Ball, letting it fly from distance.
Ingram against Miller. Ingram, the pass to Pirtle. Oh, and he got fouled on his way up. He'll head, and they're not happy with the call here. Coach has given the signal. He's going to use his challenge. Probably a good idea in such a close contest.
2 shots. The play will be reviewed. The officials will have 2 minutes to review the play.
Game. The NBA was smart to adopt this challenge policy in 2019.
You know, one thing this does for a coach is let his players know he's got their back. If they're adamant that the call was wrong, he'll back them up and make the refs take another look. So they see clear evidence of a bad call, and they're going to overturn it. Probably the right decision.
And give credit to the officials for recognizing the mistake and correcting it. Nobody likes to say they got it wrong, but they fixed it in a hurry.
Hornets leading by 4. Here's Miller. It's good. And the assist that time from Ball.
Love the confidence from this young man. Miller is so quick off the catch.
And let's swing it over to the sideline and hear from Allie.
Well, Brandon Miller caught some flack when he named Paul George as his GOAT, but PG-13 said, I know what he meant by it. Obviously, I'm not the greatest of all time, but it's about who inspires you. Miller, for his part, not backing down and saying, how the league is built now, Paul George is the right person to study for this generation. Brian?
Allie, thanks. Pass to Williams. Going inside, and Williams punches it home.
Well, you know, it's obvious that Ball knows exactly how to work the angles. He gets the ball to a wide-open shooter just about every time.
Pirtle with a screen on Miller. Fires the 3. That one falls. His second make in 5 attempts.
3 points.
And that's what they want to do. Get him open looks early.
Shot and game clock separated by 5. Miller a screen on Barrett. Miller against Barnes. Here's Ball. And Ball throws it down.
Ball exploding off the floor for a big slam. Young fella's got some pretty good hops on it.
He buries it from 3. Ball's got 8.
He does not lack for confidence. He shouldn't. I mean, this guy's a dangerous scorer.
It's stolen by Barnes. Here's Pirtle. And the dunk by Pirtle.
And you love to see the aggressiveness, using the height advantage to hammer it home.
Good scoring in this one as we conclude the first quarter. It's the Hornets up. And for those of you just tuning in, second quarter action is where we are. All right, well, a look at how the hustle game has been going for the Hornets.
Well, you know, they've been aggressive on the defensive end, and it's paying off for them. Quite a few takeaways for them in the early going.
Yeah, on top of that, they've been resourceful defensively, generating scoring opportunities by forcing turnovers.
Ball and Miller pair up as the backcourt. Miles Bridges is out there with Josh Okogie, and it's Williams in at the 5 spot. That's the Hornets 5. Counted from distance.
Defensively, gotta close out a little faster. That's a look he'll make with regularity.
Recent years have been a bit of a struggle for the Hornets, Clark.
No doubt about it, B.A. I mean, they've dealt with injuries that have really been problematic, and roster changes as well. I mean, very much a team in transition, trying to figure out who they are and what they can be. And it's hard to get things clicking when you're having changes in your roster compounded by injuries as well.
Here's Bridges. Toronto making their last shot. And it's Bridges with the jam.
That athletic ability gets Bridges to the rim there. He almost totally shrugged off the defense.
Pass to Ingram. To the inside. Barnes with a screen on Miller. 6 on the shot clock. And here's Ingram from the arc. And the rebound goes to Charlotte.
Boy, I'm absolutely shocked he didn't get that one to go. Usually he's money from deep.
Ball into the lane. Here's Okogie. Launches it. Rebound by the Raptors. Hurdle's got 5 rebounds tonight. Ball stolen. Here's Ball. And Ball throws it down.
You know, of all the things Okogie does well, his passing tends to get overshadowed at times. I mean, easy to see how creative he is on this feat.
We're now about 2 minutes into the second quarter. Ball passes to Williams. Here's Okogie, guarded by Dick. It's Bridges on the wing. Takes the 3. Count it. His 3rd and 5 attempts.
Always looking to make an impact and capable of doing so. When Bridges sees a shot, he does not hold back. He lets it fly.
Hornets foul call. Josh Okogie. First personal foul. First team foul.
Quarter 2 and just under 2.5 minutes gone by. Ingram fires from way outside. Grant, there are such intense rivalries at the college level. Do any of those carry over to the NBA?
Oh, BA, they sure do. I was part of some serious college rivalries. There was a lot of trash talk with the guys on the other side. It didn't stop that much after we got to the NBA.
And he makes it. Hurdle's got 6.
There's no stopping Hurdle when he has the ball in that spot. Just abusing the defense down in the paint.
To the middle. Here's Bridges. And count the basket. He was fouled, and he's going to the line for one more. Boucher's checked in for Toronto. Charlotte shooting their first free throw of the game. And the creative LaMelo Ball. Anytime he touches the rock, Clark, you expect a highlight reel play. How fun is he?
Yeah, he's a lot of fun to watch. He's so uber creative, and he's got a flash and a flair to his game, but he's highly skilled and fundamentally sound, too. That's the one part that sometimes can be lost amidst all the flash, but he's a fun guy to watch hoop, that's for sure.
Now here's Ball. They lead by their biggest margin of the game. It's at 15 points. Just 5 to shoot. Lets it go from the wing. Williams misses. For Toronto, they've gone 4 for 7 in the second quarter. Dick, the pass to Ingram. Here's the 3. Drops in the 3. 9 points in the game.
And that's a defensive lapse. A shooter of his caliber can't be left wide open.
Ball no good. Raptors trail by 12. Here's Barnes. Boucher outside. Pass to Ingram. Back to Boucher. Over Williams. Boucher, no good.
More often than not, he'll cash it in from that area. The defense might have done just enough to bother him.
Here's Okogie. To the paint. The kick out to Williams. And it's Boucher with the rebound.
Well, he's much better than that. Really no excuse for missing that lay-in.
Big effort, big reward for Barrett. Just what a jam.
Charlotte leading by 10. Here's Ball. Rejected by Barnes. Here's Barrett with the drive. And he makes no mistake. Slam dunk.
Playing from behind, it's amazing he chose a dunk with that high a difficulty rating.
Yeah, no question. That was a stellar move with plenty of swagger.
I don't care what the score is there, fellas. That's the play we'll remember from this game, clearly.
And so it's the Charlotte Hornets up by a healthy 8 points at the end of the period. And it's all due to their ability to own the paint. They've been dominant down low. We'll be right back with you shortly. Well, for those just tuning in, thanks for being with us. Second half of this game still to play. You look at LaMelo Ball in this game. He's been everywhere.
He's been so disruptive defensively in the first half. His fast hands pick plenty of pockets.
Well, I thought it was a great defensive performance for him so far. He's aware, he's alive, he's alert, quick to react to everything that's going on around him. Can't do it much better than that.
So the Raptors 5 right now. They've got Walter. He's out there with Emmanuel quickly. And it's Boucher in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Quickly outside. The three-pointer off the mark. Hornets leading by 10. Here's Man. The offensive rebound. Pass to Boucher. The Hornets pull it in. The biggest lead of the game, 15 points. Well, with the Hornets, they're still seeking their first NBA title, Clark.
Yep, and you think about all the talent that's come through the Queen City, BA. Playoff success has eluded them. I mean, hopefully it's just a matter of time before their fans have something to cheer about.
Here's quickly. And he got the whistle on the way up. So he'll be headed to the line for a pair. And during the first few seasons of Emmanuel Quickley's career, he was seen primarily as a scorer, Greg.
Yes, but recently has blossomed into a more versatile threat. The leap we've seen in his passing has been especially impressive. He's a player to watch out for moving forward.
Jeffries, the pass to Man. Off target from outside. Raptors trail by 10. Here comes Toronto on the push. Pass to Mobo. Now here's Boucher. On the wing quickly. Six to shoot. Chalk up two there.
Emmanuel.
Quickly's got 4 points now in the quarter.
It's not easy to work the ball inside in this league, but they've done it all night.
Man, the pass to Nurkic. Back to Man. There's a screen by Nurkic. Lets the three fly. Sinks the tray. Nurkic has got 5 points.
Gotta fight harder to get over those screens.
Well, I'm going to credit the screen. I mean, that's a good, strong pick he lays there.
To the right side. Here's Abaji. And they waste no time getting those 3 points back.
This is just fun. These teams are trading threes back and forth.
Nothing like answering back. One team gets three, you fire three of your own. Boom.
Nurkic inside. Boucher on him. On the wing man. There's the three. And the Hornets, another three.
And just not letting up at all. I mean, you have to love this approach. You want to get the ball to the guys who make plays.
If it's working, keep working it. That's what I say. Keep the pressure on.
And you just can't afford to give up that kind of look very often.
And let's send it over to Allie LaForce.
Every team needs those veterans to show how to be a pro, to build chemistry, and teach the youngsters how to play the right way. Raptors coach Darko Rajakovic said, there's just more accountability when it's coming from another player, so I empower guys to communicate, talk, and be on the same page. Brian, it helps.
Has to. Thanks, Allie. Good stuff there. Pass to Nurkic. And Nurkic throws it down.
Oh, the big man, Nurkic, from super close range.
Here's Jeffries, guarded by Quickley. And Nurkic throws it down.
Adding insult to injury with the dunk off the steal.
Nice to see a good play on D. That led to some fireworks.
Well, turning defense to offense, we talk about it all the time. Try to hit your opponent at the other end before they can set up the defense.
Here's Abaji. No good. Unable to win this run.
It's tough to get open in this league, and when you do, it hurts not to capitalize.
Pass to man. Outside, Williams. There's a screen by Nurkic. Fires from deep. Walter pulls it in. Raptors trail by 15. Inside. Here's Boucher. Here's Abaji. Quickly with the ball. There's 31 seconds left in the third quarter. And he drops it in from the low post. Quickly's got 6 in the quarter. Outside man. Pass to Williams. Here's Jeffries, guarded by Quickly. Here's Jeffries. Oh, he got him with a pump fake, but he couldn't finish. And no good. And so it's Charlotte in a good situation, up by 13. And 1 quarter to go in a game that, to this point, has not been an evenly fought contest. Raptors trail by 13. Ball and Miller pair up as the backcourt. Mark Williams out there with Miles Bridges. And it's Okogie in at the small forward position. That's the Hornets 5. And he misses the fast break layup. Here's Dick. No good on the triple. And here's Miller. He'll bring it up for Charlotte. Here's Okogie. And he converts the layup. And the Hornets lead by 15. And a look at how the hustle game has been going for the Hornets.
You have to be a fan of the energy they've played with on the defensive end. Active hands and feet, and it's come up big a few times for them.
They've been pounding any miss on the glass and cashing in on the offensive boards. I've been impressed with that aspect of their game.
And he gives up some size inside, but makes a great adjustment on the finish.
You know, with that size difference, that's not an easy shot. I mean, I don't care how close to the rim he is, that's a tough shot.
Driving inside, down low. Here's Williams. Rebound, Toronto. Ingram with the ball. Outside, Barrett. Back to Ingram. Knocks it down from distance.
And this is how he shines. He's a big part of their floor spacing.
And you know what? It's all about the long distance game for him tonight. He's getting it done from out there.
That's going up against a defense that knows your tendencies.
Fires for 3. Williams grabs the board. Williams has got 9 rebounds in the game. Boy, he's getting it done. Miller with it. He's picked up by Pirtle. Charlotte, no good that time either. Raptors trail by 12. On the wing, Grady Dick. Back to Barrett. There's the drive. No good on that one. His first miss. He's 4 for 5 now. Ball passes to Okogie. Ball outside. Fires the 3. Ball cashes one in from distance.
Tell you what, the competitive spirit of Ball, I absolutely love it. This guy is relentless.
Here's Barrett. Lays it up and banks it in. Barrett's got 4 points this quarter.
Doing what he can to help shrink the deficit, but it has to be a team effort.
Here's Ball. Nice move. And Ball throws it down.
Even with the score as it is, he just keeps coming at you.
Well, he only plays one way, and that's full throttle, all day, all the time, cold-blooded and lethal.
Here's Barnes. And it's good for 2.
They need to run plays for him, get him more touches, whatever it takes to get him producing.
Pass to Okogie. And he's going for the lob. And Williams punches it home.
Just flawless timing right there.
Right? The dish, the catch, the flush, the whole thing was perfect.
And it all had to be, because that's not nearly as easy as they made it appear.
Bridges. And it's Bridges with the jam.
They have a relentless mentality, even with the game in total control.
And, you know, until that final buzzer sounds, I mean, you've got to treat every possession like it's crucial.
Back to Barnes. Outside for Ingram. Hurdle with a screen on Bridges. And here's Ingram outside. Miller pulls it in. Charlotte leading by 17.
And the distance between the point totals for these teams tells the whole story. Just a fantastic effort, and you have to give it up for the Hornets.
Check out their assist numbers.
They didn't get stuck in isolation. They got the ball to the guys who had the best matchups.
And of all the highlights and performances we've seen here tonight, the one thing that stands out is what an unbelievable night it's been for LaMelo Ball.
You look forward to playing with someone who doesn't just move the ball, but moves it with a purpose.
Charlotte's gone 1 of 2 from deep in this quarter. Ball into the lane, throws it down, and the official calls a foul. It may be a three-point play. That's on Jakob Poeltl. And given LaMelo Ball is 6'7", how does this give him an advantage at his position, Grant?
Well, B.A., he's able to score on smaller guards, as well as see over them and find his teammates. His height and quick decision-making are real weapons.
You know, I wouldn't be surprised if he gets yanked soon. I mean, that's how bad his shot selection has been.
Poeltl with a screen on Miller.
Hornets foul.
After a trade to New Orleans back in 2019, Brandon Ingram has become a primary scorer, Grant.
Yeah, he scored well over 20 points per game since leaving the Lakers. B.I. has the rare blend of length and shooting, and beyond scoring, Ingram's assist numbers are very impressive too.
You know, Ingram is quiet about the work he puts in after practice and before games. This is a guy who just never stops trying to improve, though, and that's shown up in how he's grown as a player.
Okogie, the pass to Ball. And it's a defensive 3-second violation.
It's ball. At the line for your Hornets, Miles Bridges.
And the free throw no good, but they'll get the ball back here. Nine seconds left in the fourth. Ball passes to Miller. Yes, sir, and it's Ball with the assist that time.
And trust me, when the D's slow to react, he'll be the first guy to make them pay.
Boy, the defense looks shell-shocked. I mean, they're on the ropes right now, on their heels.
And so Charlotte takes this one by a big margin. Well, this might...
But eventually, I'll get there.
I'm a tiger on the loose, I'm a menace in the booth, I'm the medicine you're afraid to take. I'm the gasoline and nut and the devil in your gut that you're fighting just to keep it fake. Kinda like the view with the dice and me and top down with the rims and gold. So baby, pour me a drink, I'm gonna let out the freak, be back in the music. Let him run, let him
Into the end, a look at the Magic starting group. In the backcourt form, it'll be Suggs and Caldwell Pope. Banchero is out there with Jonathan Isaac. And it's Bitadze in at the 5 spot. And for the Hornets, the guard spots filled in by Ball and Miller. Miles Bridges is out there with Green, and it's Williams at the center position. Coming into this game, Stan, it's clear who the media thinks will win. We've been reading about it and hearing about it for the last couple days.
Yeah, but Kevin, you know, none of us in the media know what we're talking about. It's just a lot of speculation. And look, it's a cliche, but it's also true. The games aren't won on paper, they're won out on the court, and anyone in the NBA can beat anyone else on a given night.
Which makes me look forward to this one.
Absolutely.
Bigger than your average guard, Suggs can score all around the floor, including down low.
Better to be lucky than good. That pass was just deflected and not stolen. Dodged a bullet there.
Here's Ball. Rebound by the Magic.
Oh, you gotta finish at the rim right there. You hate seeing those opportunities go to waste.
Banchero, that's good.
And this is something Banchero continues to hone, wanting to become a dangerous threat from deep.
Back in 2022, the #1 overall pick was Paolo Banchero. What do you think of his game?
You have to love his game, Kevin. I mean, handles the ball as a big guy at 6'10", makes plays for other people, scores, gets to the free throw line. All-star game in his second year. And on that team, he has really, really looked to defend. This guy's future is bright.
And their coach is another guy from the Seattle area, right, who has come on the NBA and starred.
There have been quite a few of them.
Banchero, that's good.
And the paint is where you love to watch Banchero work. With his size and athleticism, he can attack so effectively inside.
Now, here is Miller. Stolen. Caldwell Pope with a wide-open look. Wide-open shot is on the money.
Solid elevation there. A consistent point of release, and KCP with excellent shot mechanics.
There's Ball with the 3. Here's Williams. Got him with the pump fake, but couldn't finish. Right there, the defender clearly trying to inhibit a fast break. I think that's a transition take foul. He's getting his first free throw attempt of the game here. And that one misses. Well, Coach Van Gundy, you spent a number of seasons with the Orlando Magic franchise. And looking back at that time, what stands out?
Well, Kevin, what stands out for most coaches and jobs, we actually won a lot there, and the winning stands out. I coached a great group of players, inherited not only talent, but guys of high character. It was winning, and it was fun.
Did a lot of winning down there.
We did.
Finding a little rhythm here that they have to like where they're at.
Yeah, you're seeing their offense in a flow. Now it's time for their defense to turn up the heat a little more.
Now, here's Bridges, following the miss by LaMelo Ball. Clock at 6. Bridges kicks to Ball. Bridges a screen on Suggs. Ball from long range. The rebound by Bitadze.
Well, he wants to shoot his way out of this cold spell, but the struggles continue.
Yeah, I get it, but you don't want him forcing things. It's better to get your shots within the flow of the offense.
Hits it from three-point range.
Loves hitting those threes, especially off movement. It makes Miller so tough to defend.
And the latest now from our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David, it's all yours. Take it away.
Kevin, the new leadership in Charlotte has made it clear that it's not going in for quick fixes. The goal is sustained success, building with youth and development. Call it roster flexibility or a blank slate. But with some promising young players and more health, there's nowhere to go but up. Kevin?
Health is huge. That's the hope. Hey, David, thank you. And a fast break now for the Hornets. Bridges for 3. His second shot goes in, off to a good start, 2 for 2.
Just so precise off the pass. I like how Bridges prepares himself to shoot as the ball is coming his way.
Third team foul.
We've got 1:18 left to play in the first. And stolen by Miller. And a fast break now for the Hornets. A 3-ball. His second shot goes in, off to a good start, 2 for 2. And taking a quick look here at the hustle stats for the Hornets.
Well, our coaching staff has to be happy with how active they've been defensively, forcing turnovers and making the offense uncomfortable.
And not only that, their elite conditioning evident from the pace they're playing offensively. Boy, they are getting out and running.
And the call on the folks, the coach's challenge has been initiated for a personal
14 foul. At the line for the Magic, Jalen Suggs.
Some of the more difficult calls to make. Personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
We've seen the lead change hands quite a bit in this one.
And guys, I think each team knows they can win this game, just a matter who can catch that momentum.
Now, here's Suggs. 8 points for him. Batadze the pass to Isaac. Kicks it out to Banchero. Shot clock at 3. Jacks up a 3. The Hornets pull it in. Ball feeling it out a bit. Williams, a screen on Caldwell Pope. Ball finds Williams. Puts the move on. That falls. Nice feed that time from Ball.
And can you always depend on him or what to lead you to the right place with that pass? Money.
Well, it's been a high-scoring competitive game through the first quarter of play. Hornets. And some good action in the books as we get back to the game that's been pretty close here so far. And when you consider how Charlotte is doing, guys, what do you think?
I know it's early, but all those three-pointers, boy, do they add up.
And with each made 3, their confidence continues to build. Their opposition might want to change their approach to try to slow them down.
And so in the game for the Magic, in the backcourt form, it'll be Suggs and Caldwell Pope. Banchero out there with Jonathan Isaac. And it's Batadze in at the 5, roaming the paint.
And with that burst, you can count on LaMelo being the first up the court on the break. He won't miss a chance to get out and run.
Into the lane. Count that one. Suggs has got 10 points.
Yeah, so skilled offensively. Getting the ball in his hands is generally a good idea.
Miller, the pass to Okogie. Miller with a screen on Banchero. Puts it up. Miller against Caldwell Pope. Miller kicks to Williams. Rebound by Paolo Banchero. The Magic trail by 3. The first overall pick, and Stan, we have seen this kid, 6'10" Paolo Banchero. How impressive have you assessed his passing skill?
Well, Kevin, it was the thing that surprised me most about him when he came in the NBA. I knew he could put the ball on the floor and attack the basket, get to the free throw line, but he is one of the best big playmakers in this league, making the game easier for all of his teammates.
Wow, what a great asset.
You aren't kidding.
Isaac passes to Banchero, and he uses the glass on the lane. That's 7 points for Paolo Banchero.
And how about the footwork and body positioning of Banchero makes him so tough to guard down low.
Here's Williams, and finished off by Williams.
There's no bigger play in a close game than a putback slam.
Oh, and that one's got him all hyped up. Wow.
Yeah, some guys shrink in big moments, and some rise to the occasion.
Hornets leading by 3. Now Ball. On the wing, Williams. Back to Ball. Williams sets a screen for Ball. Puts up a 3. Rebounded by Isaac.
Well, you can't question his confidence from out there. but it's not falling. Maybe time for a different approach.
Suggs passes to Bitadze from the arc, and that one is good from Suggs. Suggs has got it all tied up now for the match.
And as we see Suggs develop his game, you'll see more of this. Jalen with the ability to operate off ball. Both teams running perimeter-oriented plays that are working.
Well, you know it's become a three-point shooting league. Teams shooting a steady diet from outside. And if I'm his coach, I'm very pleased with this kind of energy on the offensive glass. Textbook play.
Ball finds Williams. Reaches up top. And it's the Hornets, another three. And awards now have a minimum amount of games needed to qualify. An interesting twist in this whole story.
Yeah, and it seems logical because of the uproar from the fans and the media that they implement this. And how can you be that impactful in reality, though, if you only play half the year?
Here's Suggs. It's rebounded by Charlotte. Williams has got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. The Hornets have had 2 chances at the line already, making them both. You know, Greg, one thing you notice, we were just talking about this with the Hornets in recent years, a lot of changing lineups.
And you expect that with the team, with where they're at. They're looking for any advantage game to game and trying to build that identity as a franchise.
There's Miller with the 3, and another 3 for Charlotte.
And he found the perfect spot behind the arc there. Big gap in the D.
The Magic trail by 8. Suggs looking around to stop the run. And the rebound goes to the Hornets. Ball with it, now guarded by Caldwell Pope. Miller against Isaac. Unloads from 13. Again, the Hornets score.
And he loves that area. Miller can cause a lot of headaches for a defense with his ability from the mid-range.
Fires from deep. And it's Suggs missing. And so it's Ball with it. He brings it up for the Charlotte Hornets. 10-point lead. This is their biggest. Pass to Bridges. 16 seconds left to play in the first half.
A dangerous score from just about every area. Bridges very good at capitalizing in a number of ways.
Here's Suggs. Off target at the rim.
All the energy is on the other side right now, and every miss just makes it worse.
Their body language does not look good right now. They're deflated and unable to stop this run.
Clock runs out, and we're heading to halftime. Hornets lead by 12. We're going to step away briefly, but get you right back out here for the start of the third quarter after our halftime. Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. Nice game, notable performance by Jalen Suggs.
Definitely been challenging the defense here early on, not settling for anything outside.
Well, I just love his fearlessness so far. He's charging inside like no one can stop him.
Green is out there with Trey Mann. Then there's Yusuf Nurkic. Then there's Grant Williams. And it's Jeffries in at the 3. So that's the lineup for Charlotte. Black kicks to Wagner. Here's Black. Launches it. Drills the three-pointer. Black's got it back down to within single digits for the Magic.
And that pick takes the D totally out of the equation.
Yeah, you've got to lock and trail hard. You can't allow him a clean look from that.
Back to Nurkic. Fires the 3. Drills it from outside. Nurkic has got the lead up to 12 now for Charlotte.
I love watching Nurkic set hard screens and then roll with purpose. Great job in the creativity there from the pick and roll. And no doubt they'd love to see him get a lot more of those opportunities.
And that deficit will go away quickly if he does, Greg. And now we've got some time to check in from the sidelines. You got for us, DA?
Kevin, Franz Wagner grew up in Germany, but he says one of the reasons that I went to college in the U.S. was to learn a different mentality. The game is played more competitively, and talking trash is welcome. I had it in me deep down, but that brought it out more. And that combination of styles has helped him to this day. Kevin?
Great stuff, DA. Thanks. Pass to Black from downtown. It's rebounded by Charlotte. On the wing, Green. He's defended by Wagner. Man with it. No scoring in this one. Jeffries, good.
Ever since halftime, they've played precision basketball on the offensive end.
Well, the coaching staff made some adjustments for the second half, and they've come out with focus and execution.
Wagner. Yep, it counts.
And the D getting outworked there on the putback. Can't let that happen.
And I can tell you from experience, these are the types of things that drive coaches crazy.
Right side, Green. Pass to Man. They kick it out to Green. Man with it. Working on Black. They get it back. Williams from outside. Doesn't go for him.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Good on that shot. And with that, the Hornet lead has got down to 11 on the bucket from Black.
That's a layup for him. He's just too open.
Looking at the Hornets, Greg, they're still in pursuit of their first trip to the NBA Finals.
And Kevin, I hope it happens soon because their fan base deserves it. They've stuck with this team through some difficult years. It's about time they get rewarded.
This is Silva with the bucket.
Well, that's a shot you don't mind him taking. Gets a good look and trusts his shot to knock down the three.
Here's Man out to the right wing. Here's Nurkic. Banked in off the glass. Nurkic has got 5 points so far.
And such a polished player near the basket. Nurkic feels comfortable taking those in-close shots.
They get it back. Carter, the pass to Wagner. Second shot opportunity, and it's good on the way in.
Yeah, that's what they want to see. He has to start asserting himself. They need him to take command of this game.
And it's Williams with the jam.
The D just kind of stepping aside and letting him get to the rim.
There's a reason, GA, the lead is what it is right now.
But that's too easy. As he says, let me add to my highlight reel.
Wagner against Green. Wagner as screen on Green. And Wagner drives in, and that one good.
See, now that layup isn't possible without the help of the pick.
There's 42 seconds left in the third. Man finds Williams. From outside the arc, Carter pulls it in. The Magic trail by 10. Here's Black. He's got 6. Out to Carter. Trying his luck from deep. Good on the triple. Carter's got 5 points now this quarter.
And when you call a play for Carter Jr., you really want to get him something in rhythm. Great execution there.
A shot by Williams, no good. Here's Black. Puts up a deep three. That shot, no good. He's off on that one. And so it's the Charlotte Hornets, bringing the quarter to a close with a 7-point lead. While we have the chance now, folks, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Yeah, he puts that pass right on the money and made things look easy for his team.
And this is it. Glad to have you along for this fourth and final quarter. Fourth quarter on the floor for the Magic. In the backcourt form, it'll be Suggs and Caldwell Pope. Jonathan Isaac is out there with Banchero. And it's Bitadze in at the center, filling out the middle. And Suggs throws it down.
Assistant by
Get up, Jalen Suggs. This guy also a terrific football player in high school.
Here's Bridges. Then Bridges jams it in.
Oh, just an impressive dunker of the basketball. I love how Bridges just takes the initiative and gets funky with his throwdown.
And so they foul intentionally.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Okogie's checked in for the Hornets. Now, here's Suggs. He's tightly guarded. And Suggs throws it down.
And really good habits paying off for Suggs. He's finding shots and drumming up points for his squad.
Now, here's Ball. Good on the bucket. And the Hornets lead by 10.
I love that they're continuing to attack despite being up big.
Yeah, they're being absolutely relentless, building this lead in every way possible.
Hornets have gone 3 of 4 in field goal attempts since getting things started here in the fourth. Miller backs for 2. Bridges, no one around him. A three-pointer off the mark. The Magic trail by 10. And here is Suggs. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
No question he got bumped on that shot.
And let's take a moment, guys, to get your take on the scoring so far for the Hornets.
Well, they've been absolutely on fire from deep. And until the defense offers more resistance, the coaches are going to keep encouraging them to let it fly.
And during this game, they sliced the D apart by just attacking the rim, flat-out dominating them inside. Any chance you get, you want to put yourself in a position to succeed, and that's what he did there.
Well, converting on those transition opportunities is just so important.
Hornets leading by 6. Now Ball fires for 3. Drains the three-pointer.
And Ball continues to show he can drain threes. The defense must adjust or he is going to keep doing damage.
They set the pick. No one near Banchero as he lets it go. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Outside, Ball. The rebound by Bitadze. Bitadze's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Suggs against Bridges. Suggs dishes to Banchero. The Magic again can't hit.
They need buckets to stay in this game. That's not the shot they're looking for.
And it's Contavious Caldwell Pope with the foul. That's his first foul.
First team foul.
1:57 left to play in the final quarter. There's the lob to Bridges. Isaac with the steal.
Great job preventing that ball from coming into the post. Might have been an easy 2 if the defense wasn't there. Yeah, heard the whistle and then kept his focus and able to still knock it down.
Personal foul. Fourth team foul.
Charlotte leading by 6. Ball, the pass to Bridges. Back to Ball. Three-pointer. Charlotte no good that time either.
I can't believe he missed that 3. Regardless, that's not a shot the defense should be given.
And Caldwell Pope gets the basket.
And how about the poise Caldwell Pope displayed on that possession? They needed an important basket, and he was ready and willing.
Ball defense to Okogie. And so it's going to be a 3-second violation out there on the defense. And the technical free throw is good.
Well, that's what you expect from him in this situation.
Here's Miller. This one for 3. Rebound by Paolo Banchero. And here's Banchero. He'll bring it up for the Magic. And finished off by Banchero.
Used to these big moments from his college days. Banchero's heartbeat should stay low here.
Right side, Williams. Got it.
Big time basket at a big time moment.
Yeah, don't you just love to see a player embrace that kind of pressure?
Here's Suggs. Rebound by Williams. This may be their most important possession.
No doubt about it. As long as they don't make any major mistakes, this one's in the bag.
We're in total command of this game with time starting to run out.
Yeah, and at this point, the focus is take care of the ball, no needless fouls, and no threes.
And so the Hornets can now just hold on to the ball. There's the lob to Bridges. Up high to stuff the alley.
Good anticipation from this crafty wingman. Bridges enjoys taking chances and going for the alley-oop.
9 seconds left to play here in the fourth. Ball, the pass to Okogie. And so it's Charlotte with the win. Even early on in this one, it seemed like they were happy to be playing at home tonight.
And it makes a big difference.
Welcome, sport. Sports fan. Thank you for joining us. It's a look at the opening lineup for the Orlando Magic. The backcourt is Suggs and Caldwell Pope. Jonathan Isaac is out there with Goga Bitadze. And it's Ben Carroll in at the small forward position. And for Toronto, Barrett is the 3, and Barnes will play the 4. Brandon Ingram out there with Dick. And it's Pirtle in at the 5, roaming the paint. And it's Dick off the drive. These two teams love to share the ball. Now, Doris, you were a gifted passer, a conference assist leader. What makes a great playmaker?
But look at Brian Anderson doing his homework on his partner here. I think, obviously, you have to have some vision. You've got to have a handle to be able to get to the spots you want to on the floor, to deliver the pass at the appropriate angle. But maybe most importantly, you have to have a desire to make your teammates better.
Here's Bitadze. Hits the layup after the sweet pump fake to freeze the D.
Nice way to start the game. That's where you'd like to get your shots from.
Now here's Dick. Tight defense on him. To the middle. Here's Pirtle. And he buries his first look.
Well, this is the expectation for Jakob Pirtle. His scoring in the post has to be there for him.
Barrett against Suggs. Pass to Bitadze. Over Pirtle. Pirtle with some nice D.
Listen, he can make that shot right there, but I do know they have other options they can go to.
Something this Raptors team does very well is move the ball doors.
Yeah, B.A., this is an unselfish group of guys. They like moving the basketball, getting everybody involved. Amazing when a team has everybody touch it, how good it feels.
Adding insult to injury with the dunk off the steal.
Nice to see a good play on D. That led to some fireworks.
Let's see if that serves as a momentum builder. What a great sequence for this group.
Here's Ingram, following the bucket by the Magic. To the inside. Here's Barnes. That one falls. Nice feed that time from Ingram.
You get the sense Scotty Barnes is very comfortable in the painted area. That's easy work.
The 3 from Ben Carroll. Pirtle grabs a miss.
Just terrible defense. I don't know how he missed that shot.
And here's Ingram outside. Pure from three-point range.
Defensively, you have to stay connected to him on the perimeter.
Outside, Caldwell Pope. Pass to Isaac. Here's Bitadze. Tipped. Out of bounds. Magic ball as Orlando keeps possession.
He clipped the ball there, but not enough to nab the steal.
But a really good read on his part, being disruptive at the defensive end right now.
Oh, Ben Carroll throws it down.
I mean, did you see the strength and force? I mean, that's what puts Ben Carroll ahead.
A moment to hear from Allie LaForce.
Well, Paolo Banchero grew up in Seattle playing pros every summer, and that gave him a huge leg up in the NBA. He said, quote, "They'd always tell me it's not as hard as you think. You just have to be focused and locked in." That's what led to me having that demeanor. Brian?
The 2023 Rookie of the Year, Allie. He hit the ground running. Batase with a screen. It's the trifecta. Banchero's got 5.
Responding nicely with his own 3, Banchero. This is how competitive this man is.
Here's Dick. Bearing his second of 3 attempts.
Just taking it right to the rim, and no one was there to greet him.
And I think defensively, that is not the way you want to start. Giving up high percentage looks, that doesn't typically end well.
Now here's Suggs. Yet to see a basket. Isaac's shot is off. Here's Ingram. Rebounded by Suggs.
Boy, 9 times out of 10, that's going in. I'm sure he surprised himself with the miss.
Isaac for 3. And it's Toronto with a rebound. Birtle's got 5 rebounds tonight. Toronto leading by 5. And stolen by Suggs. Caldwell Pope against Barrett. From behind the arc. Barnes with the rebound. For Toronto, they've got 6 of 10 attempts to fall. Barrett can't hit. Magic trail by 5. Suggs with it, and it's Ingram picking him up. Isaac outside. Pass to Caldwell Pope. To the paint. Here's Batase. And yes, it goes. Got a little English on that one. 6 points for him.
Attacking in the painted area. Clearly that was their game plan coming in.
Outside Barrett. Down low. Here's Pirtle. Back to Barrett. Shot clock at 6. Launches it from deep. Can't get it to drop.
I know that he has the ability and confidence to sink that shot. But better luck next time, maybe.
And for most guys, I think you only want to take that shot if you've hit.
Well, a good close contest so far as we finish the first quarter. Raptors out in front. They're up by 3. Don't go away. We'll be back with the second quarter in just a moment. Some good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after this first quarter of play. All right, what stands out to you from Toronto in this one?
Well, they came out with a physical presence and made rebounding a priority.
I think it's why they hold the lead here early, because they're controlling the flow of the game with those second chance opportunities.
All right, this is how the floor looks for the Magic starting the second. The backcourt is Suggs and Caldwell Pope. And Caro out there with Jonathan Isaac. And it's Batase in at the center position. Finds room and goes for the jam. Banchero.
And this is why you must push Banchero out of the paint, or else he'll slam it all over you.
Ingram with a screen on Caldwell Pope. It gets the bucket.
This guy reads situations so well, and he knows how to execute.
Magic trail by 5. Suggs right side. Outside, Caldwell Pope. Back to Suggs. Beyond the arc. That's good. His first made shot in 3 attempts.
Boy, if Suggs is knocking this shot down consistently, the spacing will open up.
Barnes a screen. Dick. From outside, off the mark.
That's how you stay connected to a shooter. Was right in his jersey.
And stolen by Barrett. And now the Raptors on the break.
This is a guy very willing to put his body on the line. Scotty Barnes gets that defense to commit and accepts the contact.
All right, guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for the Raptors.
They've done a great job establishing an inside presence. Now that'll open up more options offensively throughout the remainder of the game.
And their assist total, also impressive early, creating with the pass and playing for teammates.
Batase, the pass to Caldwell Pope. Let's go with a 3. Rebound by the Raptors. Ingram with the ball. Now guarded by Suggs. Oh, and a vicious dunk by Barnes.
Wow, shake the building with that finish, Scotty Barnes. My goodness.
Banchero the screen. It's Suggs with a drive. Uses the glass on the layup. Suggs has got 5 points.
This is what we call highly efficient play. Working off the screen, getting to the cup.
And the dunk by Pirtle.
I think this guy is a threat to throw it down every time Pirtle gets his hands on the ball. This guy has tremendous size and takes advantage.
Count that one. He's got 7. And so many screens today. Ride that line of moving or not. Doris, you think players get away with too much movement on picks?
I think, Brian, it definitely feels like there's a lot more gray area. You have these things now called drag screens. A lot of screens today feel like maybe 30 years ago they would have been a foul. So, hey, I always say, BA, officiating in this league with the speed and the skill is really, really difficult.
That's been the story of their offense so far, getting a number of looks from point-blank range.
Suggs outside. Lets it go from deep. Pirtle grabs a miss. Pirtle's got 7 rebounds in the game. And he's going for the oop here. The 3 from Banchero. The big man, Banchero, showing the range.
His ability to shoot off the catch is a big plus. Banchero has quick reactions, a really versatile scorer.
Pirtle with the bucket.
What nice work to get the high percentage look, and he doesn't make any mistake with it.
Suggs surveys the D. Dunks it hard with one hand. Wow, he makes it look easy.
You can see Suggs' vertical makes that dunk look effortless.
Isaac with the steal. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Allie LaForce.
This Magic team is making moves in the East. Star forward Paolo Banchero said, "We're a lot more competitive. We know we're talented. We can play with anybody, and we've proven it. Just one game at a time." Brian?
Got to take that simple approach. A team on the rise, Allie. Thank you. And Darko Rajakovic has called a timeout. Coach wants to speak to his guys, maybe alter some of the game plan. Chase checked in for Toronto. The Raptors have got 6 of their 7 shots to go in the second quarter. 55 seconds left in the second quarter. It's rebounded by Batase. He got it. No doubt that's a foul. And it's going to be a transition take foul. And he'll be shooting his first free throw. The free throw off from Suggs.
Despite his young age, we know Jalen Suggs has proven to be a tremendous leader. His teammates love playing with this guy.
With some arc. And he missed there. 4 for 8 shooting now so far. The Raptors with a lead. Here's Barnes. Oh, and a vicious dunk by Barnes.
Well, you can see how dominant Scotty Barnes is capable of being. This guy is so aggressive right now.
Barrett against Suggs. Pass to Banchero. Now here's Suggs. Guarded closely. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Launches a 3. Tries again. Outside, Caldwell Pope. And a fast break now for the Raptors.
Put that one-man show on Broadway.
That's one way to go with the alley-oop. Here's Caldwell Pope. And it's in! Oh! Nails the buzzer beater! Are you kidding?
And credit him for understanding the situation and coming through.
And to me, the way you end quarters impacts how you end the game. It can go a long way between a W or an L.
Drum roll, please. They're thinking about the shot.
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard. Scotty Barnes with a strong contribution so far in this one.
I love how effortlessly he scored. The game just comes so easy for him.
Now let's see if he continues that trend the rest of the way. He certainly has the talent and the endurance to do just that.
They've got Emmanuel quickly. He's out there with Walter. And it's Abaji in at the 3. That's the 5 out there for the Raptors. Inside, shot clock at 2. And it's Wagner missing. Raptors lead by 3. To the middle. And he jams it after taking the nice feed on the run.
Sometimes a player is born with a passer's mindset. He deals it with conviction.
Picked by Carter. Offensive rebound. Kicks it out to Wagner. They swipe it. Here's Walter. And it's Toronto with another.
Good decision making. Scopes the situation, puts the pass right on the mark.
Pass to De Silva. Takes a three. Fires in the triple. De Silva's gotten himself going here. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Here's Abaji from deep. The shot comes out.
And you just can't afford to give up that kind of look very often.
From deep. And again, it's Orlando with a three.
You simply must play better defense than that. This guy is too good from distance.
Quickly with the ball. Wagner picks him up. Kicks it to Quickly. Three-pointer. It's hauled in by the Magic. Grant, you look at the development path of Franz Wagner. Not surprising he had an easier transition to the NBA.
But think about this, BA. I mean, he played against men very early in Germany, splitting time in Euroball, and at Michigan let him really develop in multiple ways. So he's seen it all and is still so young.
Down low. Stolen by Carter. In transition, the Magic on the run. Pass to De Silva. For the lead. No good that time. Toronto shooting their third free throw attempt of the game.
His first personal foul.
The free throw drops for Quickly. For Toronto, they've gotten 2 of 4 shots to go since the break. An easy 2 on the layup. And the Raptors lead by 4.
In a tight game, they wanted to make sure of that possession.
Wagner outside. Pass to Black.
Raptors foul. That's his first personal foul. First team foul.
Picked it out of midair.
The D feels like it's everywhere, and that pass should not have been made.
Here's Quickly. Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. So and in a game this close, they're going to challenge the call.
Second team foul. At the line for Toronto.
Worried that this would slow the action down. But with so many close calls in every game, the NBA was smart to adopt this challenge policy in 2019.
You know, one thing this does for a coach is let his players know he's got their back. If they're adamant that the call was wrong, he'll back them up and make the refs take another look. So they see clear evidence of a bad call, and they're going to overturn it. Probably the right decision.
And give credit to the officials for recognizing the mistake and correcting it. Nobody likes to say they got it wrong, but they fixed it in a hurry.
Inside. Oh, got a piece of it. And stolen by Boucher. Here we go. Pulls up for 3. And the three-pointer goes. And it's a 9-point Toronto lead.
Opportunistic basketball. Gets a great look at the 3 in transition.
Black passes to Wagner. And once again, off the mark by Orlando. Here's Toronto with the ball. Good momentum. 8 straight points. Kicks it to Quickly. Pass to Boucher. And you can count it. He'll go to the line with a chance at a three-point play.
And for Boucher, to me, it's about taking his time inside. When he does that, he's very effective.
Toronto shooting their 4th shot at the foul line here. Magic trail by 12. Here's Black. For 3. Second shot opportunity. De Silva. Wagner for 3. Mobo with the rebound.
It's obvious they're becoming frustrated. Nothing seems to be going their way.
It's just been one of those games, and they need to find a way to turn it around before it gets completely away from them.
They get the rebound. Kicks it to Quickly. Tries again. Here's Boucher, and finished off by Boucher.
Yeah, you can see Chris Boucher's got excellent vertical. Makes that finish look easy.
Pass to De Silva. Carter, a screen on quickly. Here's De Silva. Drills it from deep. De Silva's got 6 here in the quarter.
Listen, even average three-point shooters are going to make that shot. Defense must be better.
Just 1 second separating the shot clock and the game clock. Quickly, passes to Abaji. Oh, it's stolen. Here's Black, guarded by Quickly. Pass to Wagner. Soft touch off the glass.
Another shot right in the lane. That's been their MO this evening.
And so it's the Toronto Raptors. They have a nice 9-point cushion at the end of the quarter. And this is it. Glad to have you along for this fourth quarter. Raptors lead by 9. Fourth quarter, on the court for the Magic. The backcourt is Suggs and Caldwell-Pope. Jonathan Isaac is out there with Paolo Banchero. And it's Bataze in at the 5. Here's Quickly. Outside for Boucher. From the arc. Rebounded by Suggs.
He is too good a shooter, guys, to be left open like that. The defense just dodged a bullet there.
And so they choose to intentionally foul.
I mean, I'm just not sure what he was thinking right there. I mean, he needs to get his head in the game.
A line change here for Toronto. Banchero outside. A deep 3. And it's Toronto with a rebound. Bertle's got 8 rebounds in the game. Barrett into the lane. And stolen by Suggs. Outside, Caldwell-Pope. Pass to Isaac. Hey, puts up a 3. Bertle grabs a miss. Bertle's got 9 rebounds in the game. Boy, he's getting it done for 3. Barrett. No good there. Magic trail by 9. Right side, Caldwell-Pope. Jacks up a 3. Orlando again missing. Toronto's gone 0 for 2 from outside here in the fourth quarter. Here's Barrett. Ingram against Suggs. Pirtle, the pass to Ingram. Back to Pirtle. Now here's Ingram over Suggs. And again, no good by Toronto. Intercepted. It's Barrett on the wing, guarded by Banchero. Barrett, he's open. And it's in after a nice bounce off the right iron. And the Raptors lead by 11. All right, guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for the Raptors.
Yeah, they've collected an impressive number of steals so far, using fast hands to force some turnovers and then scoring on the other end.
And their fast break has also been a key metric in this one. They have had a significant advantage in transition over the course of this game.
And he jams it home with authority.
R.J. Barrett's instincts make him dangerous in transition. Nicely done.
And Suggs, here we go. Wide open. And he knocks the jumper down.
Assist goes to
And so here is Toronto. A great fourth quarter, just giving up 2 points. Here's Ingram. Pass to Pirtle. And the dunk by Pirtle. And that's a double-double for him now.
And just shredding apart the defense with his passing. He's helping to pace this offense so well.
And I think they count on him for that. He is a tone setter, extremely unselfish.
Wow! Always fun to see point guards who can elevate above the rim like that.
Oh, a strong mindset and even stronger finish.
Boy, it's incredible how much explosive scoring ability can come from the lead guard position. That is a big-time play.
Here's Isaac. Banchero outside. The 3 is up. Rebound Toronto. They've led by as many as 14. Oh, and he got fouled. Well, maybe a little bit of a use it or lose it situation with the coach.
That is first personal foul. First team foul.
Still want want to review the call.
People were worried that this would slow the action down. But with so many close calls in every game, the NBA was smart to adopt this challenge policy in 2019.
You know, one thing this does for a coach is let his players know he's got their back. If they're adamant that the call was wrong, he'll back them up and make the refs take another look. And they've made their decision. The call will stand.
And as much as it hurts to lose a challenge, I think Coach would challenge that call again if he could. He really disagreed with the foul, and he's still peeved.
That one's off. He hits the second from the line. You know, Grant, an underrated area of improvement for Scotty Barnes has been his defense.
You're spot on, B.A. I mean, we've seen an elevated intensity from him on that end. Finding more denials, attacking the ball, really proving himself as an effective stopper.
Now here's Caldwell Pope, guarded by Dick, and he bangs it home with one hand.
And just a great screen.
And they got a high-powered finish out of it.
And my question is, where was the help? Someone rotate over and challenge.
Hurdle with the bucket.
Looking to close things out. That might have been the nail in the coffin.
Well, at this point, they're so far up, it would take a real collapse to give this game away at this point.
And there's no way this margin gets closed down. Great execution of a game plan and a nice win here for the Raptors.
What would you say the deciding factor in this game was, Grant?
Yeah, B.A., ultimately you have to look at their field goal percentage. They were the more efficient team because they found clean looks all night.
And one player just stole the show tonight, doing everything for his team. A monster night for Jakob Poeltl.
Boy, I thought his best work was his pursuit of the basketball. He competed for every rebound, fought for position in the paint, and never stopped working. I love it.
You got to give them respect. They're doing everything they can to close this out.
Well, just terrific teamwork. Each guy doing his part. You love what you're seeing from them tonight.
Here's Suggs. The kick out to Banchero. Outside, Caldwell Pope. 6 on the shot clock. Puts up a 3. Poeltl grabs a miss. Here's Dick. And no good, trying to use the glass. So it's the Raptors winning this one easily. This one was a fun one to watch. They were clearly in the driver's seat down the stretch.
But eventually, I'll get there.
I'm a tiger on the loose, I'm a menace in the booth, I'm the medicine you're afraid to take. I'm the gasoline and nut and the devil in your gut that you're fighting just to keep it fake. Kinda like the view with the dice and me, top down with the rims and gold. So baby, pour me a drink, I'm gonna let out the freak beat back in the field. Let him run, let
The NBA. So let's take a look at the Charlotte starting lineup. The guard spots filled in by Ball and Miller. Bridges out there with Williams, and it's Okogie in at the small forward position. And for Toronto, Barnes and Pirtle make up the inside pair. Brandon Ingram's out there with Grady Dick, and it's Barrett in at the 3 slot. There should be plenty of action down in the painted area tonight, Greg, with the big man matchup in this one.
Yeah, I love to see skilled bigs dueling down low. Kind of a throwback in some ways, but there's still plenty of physicality in the modern game.
Ball with the bucket.
And he's really a smart offensive player. You have to respect Ball's strong sense for when to take that jumper.
Dick with it. He's covered by Ball. And he gets the bucket.
Now that's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
Yeah, the coach over there just asking for one simple thing, and that's some effort. Got burned on that one.
Here's Okogie. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Jakob Poeltl. That is his first foul of the game.
First team foul.
Here's Miller. And there's a whistle that goes on Scotty Barnes. That's his first foul.
Second team foul.
We're about 1 minute into the first. Ball from long range.
Well, just staying alert right there, R.J. Barrett with some nice defense.
For Jakob Poeltl, his parents paved the way for him to become a professional athlete. And I'd say Brent did a good job.
Well, it's a good point, Kevin. They were doing some blocking of their own, just not basketballs like Jakob does. Both of his parents, members of the Austrian national volleyball teams, and building some roofs on some people trying to put down a few threes.
And Miller throws it down hard.
Oh, easy money for Miller. He just generates offense.
Dick passes to Ingram. Shoots from the baseline. That one wide left. Hornets have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Pass to Okogie. And he drops in the way up off the glass.
Yeah, another nice bucket down low. They've really been able to work the ball into the post effectively here so far.
First team foul.
Here in the first quarter with about 2 minutes gone by. Barnes kicks to Barrett. Barnes sets a screen for Barrett. Rebound by Williams.
So weird. Sometimes when you get that much time, it can throw you off just as much as having no time.
And no need to rush on a situation like that. That's just giving away a possession.
And here are the Raptors now, trailing by 2. Outside, Barrett. Fires the 3. Pass to Dick. Oh, and there's the foul. It's on Josh Okogie. That'll be his second foul of the game.
Personal foul. Second team foul.
Here's Ingram. Outside, Barrett. Stolen.
The instincts on defense on full display there. It was a gamble for sure, but it paid off big time in the form of a steal.
Well, he is looking confident. Love how they're using him so far.
Yeah, right now I don't see any let up. I think he's going to just keep putting his foot on that gas pedal tonight.
And here's Miller after Brandon Ingram getting his shot to go from deep. Back to ball. Beyond the arc. And once again off the mark by Charlotte.
2 minutes left.
Ingram deciding where to go with it. Got that one up quick. Ingram's got 7 points.
And if you're the guy who has to guard him, it is never going to be an easy night for you.
Williams a screen. There's Ball with the 3. A shot off that time. Nice D from Barrett. Lobbed up there for Barnes. And the dunk by Barnes.
Oh, phenomenal alley-oop slam there.
They are taking advantage of a team that looks lost out there. To the middle. They get a hand on it. Barrett, no good. Hornets trail by 5. Left side, Miller. Shot to stop the run. His second shot goes in. Off to a good start. 2 for 2.
And nice mechanics from Miller there. Ready to fire as that pass is coming.
Ingram. Pass to Pirtle. Ingram up top. Covered by Miller. Here's Okogie. Goes up high for the two-handed dunk.
And not just the score. Miller can dish it as well, showing great vision on that play.
And it's Barrett penetrating. Pirtle with the ball. He has yet to score. From deep. Rebound by Williams.
And when you can't get anything to fall, it definitely gets in your head.
Especially if you're a player that doesn't get a lot of shot attempts, but otherwise the mindset is I just got to get the next one to go, and you don't want to put that much pressure on yourself.
Raptors trail by 3. Here's Barrett. Rebound by Okogie.
He just doesn't look like himself this quarter. Something's missing.
Well, he's missing, and it's starting to affect a little bit in his body language, and you just don't want to see that.
For 3, Bridges. It's good from long range.
Bridges for 3.
And so it's Charlotte with their lead standing at 6 points here at the end of the quarter. And they've done a phenomenal. And if you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter in this one. And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for the Hornets.
And right from the jump, they've been working hard to establish themselves inside, using agility and power to get shots in the paint.
Love the passing that they displayed at the start of the game. Great ball movement that's opening up some chances without really getting deep into the execution.
So on the floor for Charlotte to start this second quarter. The guard spots filled in by Ball and Miller. Williams is out there with Miles Bridges. And it's Okogie in at the 3 spot. The NBA scoring explosion, Brent, hasn't slowed down. We're getting record-setting offenses, it seems like, every single season.
Yeah, Kevin, lots of factors going into that. Obviously, more three-pointers being taken and figuring out the math of the game. But let's give credit to the players and the work that they're doing in the offseason in terms of getting better with their skill to be able to shoot that basketball and seek out the most efficient shot on the court.
It's stolen by Barrett. And in transition, it's Ingram. Here we go. And it's Barnes slamming it down.
Just great anticipation and awareness to come up with the steal and then trigger the fast break.
Ball is screen on Barnes and stolen by Barnes. From about 19 feet, it's rebounded by Charlotte. Williams has got his 5th rebound in this one. Inside, and it's slammed in by Bridges.
Aggressive, just an attacker. Bridges wants the rock, especially near the rim.
One thing about LaMelo Ball, he can really take over at times, Greg, when he's healthy and playing well.
And a lot of that is just his feel for the game. He processes quickly and then has the talent to execute. It's pretty hard to stop him when he's in the flow.
Ingram against Bridges. One thing this team likes about Miles Bridges, Greg, he plays a lot. He's always there.
And Kevin, on a couple occasions, Bridges has been near the top in minutes played. He's got that strong 6'7" frame, and it holds up well over the season.
And what an advantage. You really feel like you can always trust him when he's at the line.
Dick passes to Barrett. Barnes sets a screen for Barrett. Back to Dick. High arcing shot, and the shot goes in.
Oh, good balance from Dick. Able to take the contact and still score inside.
Out to Miller. There's the 3. Good. Great play by Williams to set it up. 8 points from Brandon Miller.
That's pretty much not how they want to defend the three-point line. Somebody's got to shadow him out there.
Here's Dick. Out to Ingram. And for those of you just joining us, we're almost 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Takes it inside. Bridges with it. He's picked up by Dick. He had a nice open look right there. And now an 8-point Hornets lead.
So often LaMelo is the setup man. There, he's on the finishing it.
Yes, that goes in. Dick's got 6.
I just think that's trouble. You're gonna let that guy shoot layups. You're asking for it.
Here's Miller, and it's Miller with the jam.
And using his length to come right off the drive into the hoop there. Big time move by Miller.
Barrett inside the 3-point line. Rebound by Williams. Williams has got 6 rebounds now in the game. Miller with a wide open look. A chance there to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark. Raptors trail by 8. Here's Barrett. There's the drive. And Barrett slams it in.
You love that. Just that quick first step and RJ up and over the D.
Ball kicks to Williams. Back to Ball. Williams against Pirtle. The kick out to Ball. Here's Okogie. He has 7. 6 on the shot clock. The Hornets need to get a shot off here. Williams, that's a 2-pointer. And Pirtle sends it back. Chris Boucher's checked in for Pirtle.
Coming onto the floor for your Raptors, number 24.
107 left in the second quarter. Ingram outside. Now Dick. 6 points for him. For 3, Barrett. It's rebounded by Charlotte. Williams has got rebound number 7 for him tonight. It's tipped. It's stolen by Barrett. To the paint. Bridges against Barnes. Outside, Barrett. Ingram outside. Barnes screen on Miller. And the Raptors miss again. Hornets leading by 6. outside, ball. Missed inside.
Yeah, can't see why he missed that one there. The D's close, but looked like plenty of room.
Boucher sets a screen for Ingram. 2 points, that one goes. Ingram's got 12 in the game.
And that's a great piece of work to get to the hoop there. Just tore the D to shreds.
So that'll be it for the first half. Fairly even battle underway in this one. Hornets lead by 4. We'll be back shortly, live from Toronto.
Fans, direct your attention to center court. And get ready for the fans. Half-court shot drop. They're measuring up the shot.
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. Brandon Ingram with a strong contribution so far in this one.
Really impressed with the shot selection through the first half. Just taking what he can get from the defense.
Yeah, I'm thinking back to the first half and wondering, did he take a low percentage shot? Everything efficient.
We've got Walter. Also Emmanuel quickly out there. And it's Mobo in at the 4-man position. That's the groove starting the second half for Darko Rajakovic. And Williams drops them both. And so quickly we'll bring it up for the Toronto Raptors. And Darko Rajakovic calls timeout. And coach has decided they need a moment to talk things over. Making a change. Abaji's checked in.
Number 30, Abaji.
Quickly looking it over.
And you can see him give a little nod and then just burst to the rim for the alley-oop slam.
A pair of teammates, Greg, with a terrific feel for each other. Nurkic can't hit. Raptors trail by 4. With every passing season, Quickly's role seems to expand.
Yeah, you know, Kevin, he's had to prove himself over and over. And now that he has, I don't think you'll find nearly as many doubters as he had when he first came into the league.
Here's Mann. No good on the triple. Raptors shooting here about 46% for the game. Here's Abaji. Guarded by Green. Abaji can't get it to go.
Well, maybe not the best shot against that kind of defense, but he still has the ability to knock that kind of shot down.
And you know, he's going to continue to bury those if that's how they're going to D him up.
Toronto working the ball around now. Quickly up top. Shot clock at 5. Here he goes. And the layup's good off the glass. Quickly's got his first basket.
Quickly didn't hold back there, taking some contact inside if he has to.
Jeffries inside. To the inside. Nurkic. And finish off by Nurkic.
Total letdown by the D. Can't leave the bucket unprotected.
Absolutely. And it takes an easy 2 points onto the lead.
Will not find a higher percentage opportunity than that.
Boucher sets a screen for Quickly. No good. Charlotte leading by 7. Over in the corner, Green. Williams passes to Green. Driving in, and Green slams it in.
Yeah, I mean, maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that one.
And we know he's capable of those memorable ones. Knocks it loose.
And even with good coverage defensively that time, he has confidence to drill the 3.
Nurkic finds Green. Back to Nurkic. They kick it out to Green. Pass to Mann. 3-pointer. Toronto grabs the miss. And with that, the Hornet lead is cut to just 7 on the basket from Quickly.
Now overwhelming the defense here with the speed. Quickly so dangerous in the open floor.
Man with it. Scoreless thus far. And the layup is good. Man's got the lead up to 9 now for the Hornets.
Yeah, the D has not been able to keep the ball out of the paint at that end of the floor.
Here's Quickly. It's rebounded by Charlotte. Nurkic has got his 4th rebound in this one. Here's Green. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
You know what? Very close to a three-point play right there.
The Hornets have been excellent at the free throw line here today. A flawless 6 for 6.
And last season, as a team, they knocked down 79% of their free throws, so those are numbers you'll be happy with.
We've gone about 3.5 minutes into the third now. Now, here's Quickly. He's covered closely.
And your point guard's got to be the catalyst. Great job getting to the table.
Well, Greg, he knows when they need a lift.
Did you see how much air he had under him? Wow.
Man passes to Nurkic. Back to Man. 56 seconds left to play in the third. Knocked loose. Boucher with the steal. And here they come. The finish. Hammers it home to polish off the break.
Excellent on both ends of that play.
Yeah, the steal was sharp, but the slam topped it off.
And we say it time and time again, so I'll repeat it. Have to be careful with the ball, or this is what happens.
And here again, the Raptors in transition. Up the court they go. Here's Mobo, and that one is stuffed right through.
Like how selfless Quickly was on that play, just creating team offense.
20 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. Here's Man. And so it's Charles Lee calling timeout. This will give him a chance to discuss some potential alterations. Some changes here for the Hornets.
Substitution on the court.
Here's Ball. He's got 5. Shot clock at 6. Bridges a screen on Quickly. On the wing, Williams. Got it off in time and beat the shot clock, but it's no good. And we've reached the end of the third. Hornets on top. They lead by 5. And fourth quarter basketball will be coming your way. We've reached the fourth quarter, and what has been a very competitive game should be an exciting finish. Raptors trail by 5. And on the court for Charlotte as we start the fourth. The guard spots filled in by Ball and Miller. Miles Bridges is out there with Mark Williams. And it's...
Okay.
Oh, just an impressive dunker of the basketball. I love how Bridges just takes the initiative and gets funky with his throwdown.
Here's Dick. A three-pointer, no good. Hornets leading by 7. Here's Okogie. Off target from three-point range.
Ooh, he missed an easy chance to put some points on the board. He won't get a much better look at that kind of shot again here probably tonight.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Charlotte on D. They've led by as many as 11 points. And it's Sparrow that time on the assist from Ingram. Ingram's got 3 assists now in this one. Here's Ball. And the shot is good.
The graceful touch on the floater. Ball making it look easy.
Raptors trail by 7. Just over a minute played here in the fourth. Pirtle kicks to Barnes. No good on the 3.
Looks like the game plan is they're willing to give him that kind of shot. It worked out for them this time, but if they give it to him again, I bet 3 points are coming.
Down low. And slam dunk by Ingram.
Right now, Brandon Ingram is just taking command of the entire game.
Ball with the bucket. Ball's got 4 this quarter.
And despite the size disadvantage, attacking the heart of that defense.
Yeah, no stopping him on that play. Sometimes even the taller defenders are helpless to stop him.
And credit the screen for giving him the space he needed to get to the rim.
For sure, GA allows him to come in with the sledgehammer.
Yeah, well, how do you settle for the layup when you can attack the rim and rise up like that?
Miller, the pass to Bridges. 6 to shoot. Back to Miller. And it's Brandon Ingram with the foul. That's foul number 2 for him.
Personal foul. First team foul.
Ball against Barrett. Right side, ball. 4 on the shot clock. Williams can't get it to go. And Barrett has got the ball here for the Raptors. It's a 5-point game. Here's Pirtle. Pass to Barnes. And the call will be against LaMelo Ball. That is his first foul of the game.
Second team foul.
And over 2.5 minutes in the books here in the fourth. And that one's good. Ingram.
He's a guy that lives for a big moment like that. Great focus and courage in the clutch.
Ball kicks to Williams. Outside, ball. Clock at 6. Pass to Okogie. Fades. And Pirtle pulls it down. Pirtle's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Ingram dishes to Pirtle. Back to Ingram. To take the lead. Rebound by Williams. Williams has got double-digit rebounds now in the game. And that's an intentional foul.
That's his second personal foul. Second team foul.
Look at the clock. A little under 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth. Barrett against Ball. That's all good, and that's his 5th basket of the game. He's shooting 5 for 11 now.
Nice touch there near the hoop.
Barnes screen on Miller. And here's Ingram from the arc. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Ingram's got a pair of threes here in the fourth quarter for the Raptors. Picked by Bridges. The drive by Ball. The layup missed. The Raptors have gone 5 of 8 shooting as we've come down the home stretch in this final quarter. Dick, that's good.
And that is why this team has Grady Dick, a floor spacer coming into the league with an elite three-point shot.
Outside Williams, and stolen by Barnes. And here we go. Good ball movement here by the Raptors. Pirtle with the ball. Williams picks him up.
And they had a foul.
And here we go. A coach's challenge has been initiated.
His first personal foul. Third team foul. At the line for your
difficult calls to make. Personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology. We've seen replay reviews so effectively and involving the coaches by being able now. A challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
And here's Charlotte, and timeout is called by Charles Lee. And he knows there's no room for mistakes and wants everyone on the same page. And here is Ball. Shoots from the line. It's off. And Darko Rajakovic calls timeout. This is a huge moment, folks, in this game. And he wants to be prepared.
Stand up and make some noise!
And that's going to do it for regulation. So we are headed to overtime. We'll be back shortly, live from Toronto. Glad to have you with us as we get going in overtime. Neither team giving an inch in this one. Here we go. In at the forward spots, we'll see Barrett and Barnes. Dick is out there with Ingram, and it's Pirtle in its center. Ball with a wide open look. Gets it from downtown. Ball's got the first basket here in overtime for the Hornets. Here's Dick. He's covered by Ball. Out to Ingram. Pirtle sets the pick for Ingram. Over Miller. Good on the shot, and with that, the Charlotte lead is cut down to just one on the basket from Ingram.
And Ingram really can handle either part of that pick and roll. He could be the screener, and then he could roll, or he could score off it. Nice option.
Ball against Barrett. A clear look for Ball. And Pirtle pulls it down. Now Barrett pushing it up, and no one back to stop him.
Barrett's instincts on the move and on the fast break are something that this offense will benefit from.
Ball with the bucket. Ball's got 5 points in the quarter.
Big time basket there on the inside. I mean, he had to get that one up and over the big guy.
Seemed extremely focused on that hoop the whole way. You could see it in his eyes. Was not going to be denied.
Here's Ingram, and he drives in. Miller, the pass to Ball. And Grady Dick gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game.
First team foul.
We're in overtime, and 90 seconds gone here in what has been a great one so far. Ball with the bucket. And the Hornets lead by 3.
And we've come to expect big things from LaMelo offensively. He loves to attack you on that end.
Here's Dick. Out to Ingram. Six on the shot clock. Barnes screen on Miller. Ingram with it. Bridges covering. And it's Ingram missing. Hornets leading by 3. There's Miller with the 3. It's good. The assist that time from Ball.
And with his diverse game and 6'9" frame, Brandon Miller can score in bunches. And on nights like tonight, it's really hard to get someone to match up with.
And the foul called on Brandon Miller. That's his first foul.
Money! R.J. Barrett wanting the ball and coming through. That was critical.
And so it's Ball with it. He brings it up for Charlotte. They've led by as many as 11 points.
And Ball ready for these moments, showing he wants the rock in his hands. Love it.
Over to the left wing. Kogi inside the three-point line. Again, the Hornets score.
They're in total command of this game with time starting to run out.
Yeah, looking for a miracle worker out there is the opposing coaching staff. I don't know that they have one. This game seems to be well in hand.
Plays it up and banks it in.
Finishing strong. This is how you want to close things out.
Yeah, definitely putting a stamp on this one. A very, very decisive victory for the club tonight.
And guys, overtime not nearly as competitive as regulation. They used up all their energy just getting it to overtime.
Fires from way outside. Off target with that shot. So no problem for Charlotte as they get the win. They had to scrape and claw to push it to overtime, but they